Welcome to Impact Headlines. US consumer sentiment at a 6-month low. Maersk warns of increased risk from Red Sea crisis. Chinese exports return to growth in April. Consumer sentiment in the United States fell to a 6-month low, falling to 67.4 in May from 77.2 a month earlier. The sudden drop shows increasing worries of higher cost of living from high inflation and unemployment. In the first quarter of 2024, the US economy grew at its slowest rate in 2 years, increasing just 1.6% from a year earlier. Since March 2022, the Federal Reserve has raised its policy rates by 525 basis points to 5.5%. Impact on Sri Lanka. Weak growth and high interest rates dampen consumer demand. The United States is Sri Lanka's largest export market. In the first 3 months of 2024, exports to the United States fell to $711 million, down 1.4% from a year earlier. Stronger demand from the US citizens is needed as the island nation intends to reduce its expanding trade deficit. The Red Sea crisis, where Houthi rebels attack ships bound for Israel using Suez Canal, continues, with looming concerns on global consumer prices and inflation. The Guardian cited global shipping line Maersk as stating that attacks had intensified and that the risk zone was now bigger. Maersk is sending its ships around Africa for the foreseeable future, which has caused a 20% drop in capacity in the second quarter of the year and increased costs. Freight rates in May, as per Freightos, rose 21% from a month earlier. Impact on Sri Lanka. This crisis has been an unexpected boon to Sri Lanka. The port of Colombo has seen a 24% increase in transshipment volumes in the first quarter of 2024 from a year earlier, as shippers reroute their vessels around the Cape of Good Hope. This is to avoid disruptions to shipments and high insurance premiums. However, increasing global commodity prices will import inflation into the Sri Lankan economy, given the country's high dependency on foreign goods. China's exports returned to growth in April, growing 1.2% on a year-on-year basis after contracting a month earlier. Export earnings in the first 4 months reached $792 billion. Exports have been on the bright side for China this year, as deflationary pressure at home has made Chinese exports more competitive. Impact on Sri Lanka. While China is not a big contributor to Sri Lankan exports, it is an important partner for foreign direct investments. Sri Lanka is expected to finalize a $4.5 billion deal with Sinopec by June to establish an oil refinery in Hambantota. And that's a wrap for this week. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay updated on the latest developments in Sri Lanka.